Hey guys, this video is going to be on scatter plots. Please take any notes on any problems that you would like to take notes on. You can also find most of these problems in the file that we worked on yesterday. Alright, so just as a quick refresher, so you see this again, yesterday we talked about correlations or associations, and I didn't mention this in some classes. Those two words mean the exact same thing, so you can use either of them. So just as a quick refresher. Positive correlations, as one thing goes up, so does the other. Negative, as one thing increases, the other decreases. And no correlation, they're not related at all. There's no pattern. All right, so when you're describing a scatter plot, there's 4 things you guys need to check for. So I just want to make sure you have these in your notes. The first thing is the form. That means, is it linear or nonlinear? Okay, you definitely want to write this down. Oops, spelled that wrong. Is it linear or nonlinear? Okay, after you check for that, you want to describe the strength. Is it a strong correlation? Is it weak? Or is it in the middle and it's moderate? So it's kind of in the middle. So you always want to describe that. Third thing, you always want to say the direction. Is it a positive correlation, a negative correlation, or is there no correlation? So you should always describe that. And then the third thing you should describe, are there any outliers? Where are they? And are there any clusters? If there are, you should always label those or describe where they're at. So make sure you get this list written down. All right, so here I have a graph. It says at a family reunion, each family member recorded their age and height. Okay, so here's their age, here's their height. So it says fully describe the association. So everything you can tell me about it. Okay, so first thing that you should do is it positive, negative, or none? Well, as one goes up, the other goes up, so it's positive. Okay, I can draw in a line of best fit through here, so it looks like it go kind of right through the middle. Okay, and so it is linear. That's the form. I would say this one, it's not real strong because these dots are not real close together. It's not weak. I would describe this as moderate. Okay, and then the last thing, it doesn't look like there's any outliers. There's no points that are way off, and there's not really any clusters either, so I don't have to write those down. Here's our next one. Now, same thing, I'm going to describe everything I know about it. So first thing I notice is this is not linear, okay? It makes like a curve, so I'd write nonlinear. Okay, now it starts out going positive and then it goes negative, so I would just say, you would have to say none for the correlation. Okay, so no correlation. And there's a lot of clusters everywhere. Like here's a cluster, here's a cluster. There's kind of a lot of clusters and there's no outliers. So there's that one. Okay, a couple other ones real quick. So again, I want you to push pause, try these out real quick. Push play when you think you know what they are. All right, the first one, it looks like it's negative because it's going down. It's also linear. I would say it's pretty strong. And there's an outlier right here, and it looks like there's a cluster right there. Okay, this one over here, it's positive. It's going up. Okay, it looks like it's linear still. I would say this is pretty weak. It is spread out quite a bit. There is an outlier here as well. Okay, so there's an outlier. There's not really any clusters. All right, these are new problems. We didn't do these yesterday. So it says, tell whether you think there would be a positive correlation, negative, or no correlation between these things. So here's our first one. It says the height and weight of a stack of pennies. Well, you kind of need to think of it. As the height of the pennies goes up, what's going to happen to the weight? It's going to go up too. So if they're both going up, it's, I'll use a different color. It's a positive correlation. Okay, let's look at the second one. It says the temperature and the sales of hot cocoa. Well, think what's going to happen as your temperature goes up. What's going to happen to your sales of hot cocoa? Well, it's going to get warm, so people aren't going to buy it. So this is a negative correlation. As the temperature goes up, the sales of hot cocoa goes down. Okay, let's check out this one. An adult's salary and his or her shoe size. Do they have anything to do with each other? Is there any relationship? No. So this is no correlation. There's no relationship at all between those. Okay, let's look at these ones down here. Time spent studying, and then the grade you get on your test. Well, think about this. As you spend more time studying, what should happen to the grade on your test? It should go up. This is for the most part. Okay, so that would be a positive because they're both going up. Okay, this one, the number of siblings you have and the month you were born in. Okay, now think about that. Is there any relationship between how many siblings you have and what month you're born? No. So that's no correlation. Okay, and then let's look at the third one. The size of a car and the miles per gallon the car gets. Now, some of you guys might not know a ton about cars, but as your car gets big or like a truck, it doesn't get very good gas mileage. Okay, so as your car goes up, it's going to get less miles. So that would be a negative correlation because as one thing goes up, the other goes down. So that's negative. Remember, positive means they both go up. Negative means as one goes up, one goes down. Okay, I'd like you guys to try these three. So push pause, and I want you to read through them, and you decide which one you think it is for each of these. Push play when you're ready to hear your answers. Okay, the first one, it says the number of pets you have and your age. Okay, well, once again, how many pets you have has nothing to do with your age. So that is a no correlation. Okay, number 7, your height and the size of your shoes. Well, think about it. As you get taller, usually your shoe size is going to go up. And again, this is for the most part. There's going to be some outliers, but for the most part, that's positive. As one goes up, so does the other. Okay, and then number 8, the number of students on a bus and the number of empty seats. Well, if there's more students on a bus, as you keep getting more and more and more, there's not very many empty seats. So as the number goes up, there's going to be less empty seats. So that's a negative correlation because as you get more kids on the bus, there's less empty seats. All right, so now you guys need to go to Schoology, open the Chapter 7 folder. Inside there, open up this, Scatter Plots, Friday, January 3rd. You'll open up that document, download it in Notability, and you need to work on those problems in Notability or on paper. Okay, so whatever you don't finish is your homework, so make sure you download those and work on those the entire time. You may work with a partner once everybody's done watching the video. Okay, see you tomorrow. Make sure you have those problems done.